What's good, guys? Welcome back to another video. The setup for Bitcoin today is super straightforward. Like, I can see another big dump coming, and in this video I'm going to break down exactly the entry that you want to look at to position yourselves and take advantage of this dump that's about to come. Besides that, for any of you that are holding crypto, and if you're wondering, hey, is this the end of the bull market? If you're wondering if you should take profits, if this is a good place to buy the dip, I'm also going to discuss that for a little bit. But before I get into the video, it's good to recap the trade from yesterday. Like, if you guys remember, we called for price to return into this block on the 1 hourly chart. And the moment that happened, we are looking for a CISD, or the moment that happened, we are expecting a dump. And that is exactly what happened yesterday. It was super clean. This marks the 96th win out of the last 120 calls that we've made here on YouTube since February. And so if you're new to this channel, just understand that you're probably at the right place because we tend to be right more often than we're wrong. Now, besides that, and if you were able to make some money from the call yesterday, drop a comment down below. Like, I read every single comment, and I cannot tell you guys how much it means to me that the videos that I spend time to make every single day is able to make, just even if it's a tiny impact on somebody's lives. So yeah, let me know. It really means a lot to me and helps keeps me going. But outside of that, well, let's finally get into that main analysis portion. Before I get into the intraday perspective, let me just spend a couple of minutes talking about the swing trading perspective. The reality of it is that at the moment, the bull market is still very much intact. Like, that's a higher high, that's a high low, and we're at the moment still forming a high. From the perspective of the weekly chart, which is, mind you, pretty big, nothing really changes until, at the very least, hit the $98,000 level mark, right? If this happens, you could argue there is a potential, change in character, and, price is actually just going to start reversing from that point onwards. Another argument would be this is the range low, this is the range high. Once you sweep out the range low, you go back to the range high, right? But at the very least, there is zero doubt that the bull market is still intact and it is still going to continue, and that we are in a moment right now where it's simply buying the dip. That does not change until this level gets broken. But even more than that, like even beyond that, like I've gotten asked this question so many times in recent memory that I think it's really important for me to address this real quick, because so many people are asking like, is the bull run over? But like, first of all, hopefully that answers the question. But like, second of all, the mentality that I want you guys to bring into trading or investing inside of Oran is that as long as price is still putting in high highs and high lows, or in this case, bullish order flow, and in this case, definitely putting in high highs and high lows, you continue to buy the dip and just sell higher. Because there has been so many people, myself included, and I have to learn this the hard way, which is like, I think that, Bitcoin took out the previous all-time high, it's over, right? That's just what I think, right? Personal opinion. The bull market's over, especially because when I saw, let's say, for example, I see this kind of price action, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's time to sell everything. And then from that point onwards, even if Bitcoin continues to pump by another $50,000, which in this case it did, because of my mindset that, the bull run's over and I've already sold the top, or like this is too expensive, or whatever, it could be anything. But the key thing is, what I think is that the market is too expensive, and then I stop buying, and then I miss out on all of these life-changing gains that I could have had if I were to just traded what the market is showing me rather than trading what I want to see, on the charts. The reality is the market doesn't care about what I think. It doesn't care about what you think. Like, all it cares is that it's going to keep printing whatever it wants to print. It's a price action. And it's your job as a trader / investor to just focus on that and to take advantage of it, to trade what the market's telling you, not what you want to see. Okay? So at the moment, bull run is still intact. Biggest advice to you, keep buying high and selling higher. And for a lot of altcoins, actually, you don't even need to be, buying high, because if you take a look at a BitTensor, if you take a look at stuff like Kaito, stuff like Pengu, stuff like even, like if I take a look at WIT, right, this was one of the most popular coins out there. You cannot look at the chart and tell me this is buying high, right? If anything, we're about to come sweep out some previous liquidity, either at this level here at 0.6 or around 0.7. Once you sweep it out, there's a potential that you can go take out these relatively equal highs right here. And this is beautiful, right? A lot of altcoins haven't started even moving yet. If you take a look at BitTensor, like, look, those are key levels waiting right there to get filled, and then for the bull market to continue. So from a swing trading perspective, guys, just focus on what the market is telling you. And if you want the latest alpha, like, I don't usually have a lot of time to talk about altcoins on the YouTube channel, but if you follow me on my Twitter, this is where I'm going to be talking about like altcoin setups and just general alpha. It's _ the art of crypto. I'm going to link it down in the description box below. But outside of that, let's finally get into the main portion of this, which is the Bitcoin TA. So on the weekly chart, we are still very much en route towards the outside, just like we talked about yesterday. From the daily chart, we can see that yesterday's daily candle closed bearish, as we predicted. And so right now, our daily bias is going to be bearish, and we are going to be looking for trades towards the short side. So to do that, I have one key level that I would potentially like to mark out, and that's going to be right here at about 112,500. In the event that you return back to this level on the daily chart, this could be a potential, resistance level that price goes down from. But for now, still looking good. And let's take a look at the 1 hourly. So the thing that I'm going to be doing on the 1 hourly chart is that I'm looking for PD arrays that support my higher time frame theory. So at the moment, the daily chart is pointing towards the downside. That much we're clear on. So that tells me that today I'm going to be primarily looking for shorts. And the purpose of me coming down to the 1 hourly chart is to look for PD arrays that support that theory. And immediately my eyes are going to be drawn to this CISD line right here, potentially this liquidity zone right here, and then potentially this fair gap right there. And then I'll just double check and go down into the lower time frames just to see if I'm missing anything. On the 15-minute chart, don't really see much, but potentially the 5-minute chart, we have some kind of fair gap over there, or like order block. So the key here is that at the moment, we're looking for price to retrace into one of 3 levels. One is to sweep out this liquidity. This is 100% going to happen, given the fact that we have stopped just shy of that level right here during the longer session. We have left behind relatively equal highs. And for those of you who do not know anything about, how the markets like to move or just liquidity concepts in general, every move in the market, whether it be up or down, there is always some kind of objective that it is trying to achieve. So there's a previous high right here. As traders, we're always taught to, okay, if we're going short, we want to place our stop loss above a previous swing high. So over here, you have a concentrated pool of people placing their stop losses above that level right there. Secondly, you have relative equal highs. So now people are going to be looking at this, especially retail traders. They're going to be looking at this at like, oh, wow, this is really strong resistance that price got rejected a second time. And so that when the eventual breakout, once that happens, you're going to get a pool of just willing people, like willing buyers at high prices. Like once price breaks out, people are going to buy high, and chances are it's going to trade right into some kind of higher time frame level. At the moment, we have established that to be around $111,000. Once it does, you start reversing the other way, and everyone who bought high here, everyone who got stopped out here, completely misses out on the move, right? The people that were short, they got stopped out, so they miss out on the profits on that move right there. And the people that buy high, well, they're going to get stopped out because price is going to reverse the other way. This is Smart Money Trading 101. It's exactly what I teach inside Bootcamp. And if you would like to learn this for yourself as well, feel free to click the first link in the description box below. But otherwise, going back into the rest of the video, at the moment, we're expecting us to get get rejected off of one of 3 levels. One is going to be at 110,500. Second one is 111, $111,000. To be fair, that's also just the final level, because like from what we can see here, the fair gap as well as the CISD block tends to line up, pretty evenly. So let's say the range is going to be around $111,000 to $111,300-ish. This is where you're going to look for price to get rejected. As for the timing, as to when we're expecting this, the timing is going to be anywhere between 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. New York. Note that anytime I do talk about any sort of timing, it is going to be New York time. This is the main market. This is the main mover. This is the main driver. As long as you are a trader, we always refer to everything from the New York perspective. So anyways, one other thing that I do need to talk about is that I don't actually know which one of this is going to be the top. In fact, it's not really my job as a trader to predict, price will get rejected at $111,000. I can make a reasonable prediction, but it's also not my job to make predictions. It's planning out whatever scenarios that are likely to happen today. Ideally, it should also be a scenario that gives us a higher statistical probability of making money compared to losing money. And once I kind of map that out, I'm just going to wait for price to get into those levels. And if it does what I'm expecting it to do, bam, I enter a trade. That's what you do as traders. It's not about predicting. It's about reading and reacting, and also preparing for the situations beforehand, which is what I do here on these videos. And if you like what you see on these videos, subscribe, because I'm making one of these calls every single weekday, Monday to Friday. Anyways, now that we've understood the situation on the higher time frame chart, let's move on to the lower time frame. So in terms of the lower time frame, currently we have already swept at the Asia high, which is brilliant, because on a day where we are bearish, we always want to look for the Asia high to get taken up. It's a bonus. Like, it doesn't always need to happen, but if it happens, it's a good thing, because this just gives room for price to actually fall to take out the Asia low. Okay. Secondly, this is happening on the London session, which is usually a session of manipulation. Although, judging by the way that price action is playing out, given the fact that London has already played out and it still hasn't swept out this previous liquidity yet, leads me to believe that there could be a second manipulation, like anywhere between now to 7 a.m., potentially even 8 a.m., Again, this level does not need to get filled. All you need is that manipulation above this previous liquidity level. Once you get that, and if you start getting a shift in order flow on the 5-minute chart, which is essentially like, I want to paint a picture here. This is a bullish order block, price breaks up. Now this is the new bullish order block, price breaks up, comes retest it. Essentially, in this entire leg here, bullish order flow was being respected until at some point right here, you break down and then you respect the bearish order block and then you break lower, right? So you can say that in this leg right here, you are in bearish order flow. That shift between bullish order flow to bearish order flow is what you call a chain state of delivery. And if you were to come all the way up here, or if you were to come all the way up here, it would be pretty reasonable to expect that price would be in a bullish order flow, to get to that point. What you want to look for is price to actually get into bearish order flow before you start taking a trade. Once that happens, it's just like yesterday, you can just trade short literally the entire day. Like once price hits a level, boom, you just trade short quite literally the entire day. So similar here, once this happens, once price starts breaking down, just keep trading short. And of course, I can set some targets. Like we could reasonably think that, the Asia low might be taken out today, but also it doesn't matter because whatever trades that I do call on the channel, it is always going to do 2R, which means for every $100 that you risk, you're going to make $200 back. So just to give you an example, if I place an entry here, I place my stop there, I look for this number right here to change to 2. So bang, bang. Okay, so this is in 2R trade, right? For 1 unit of risk, I'm making 2 units of reward back. Super simple. And honestly, this is all you need to make a more than a full-time living as a trader. Let's get into some kind of invalidation scenario. So essentially right now I'm expecting some kind of a retracement back into those zones. I do think that is very likely to happen, but in the event that it doesn't and price just starts breaking lower, you're going to want to look for this level right here at, where is this, 109.750. You're going to want to look for the level at 109.750, or if you want to be like super safe, you can look for the level at 109.700 to get a 1 hourly close below, or even 5-minute close below, to be honest, and just look for price just continue dumping. Essentially what's happening right now is, like, I'm pretty certain that this scenario is going to happen because of the, I don't remember exactly what this is called. I think it's called a single print in the context of like footprint charts and level 2 order flow reading. Like, I don't know too much about this, but I do know that this is a single print, and when this stuff happens, does not tend to be super strong. It does not tend to be some kind of level that holds for very long, because it just shows that there is a lack of just proven interested buyers at this level. For price to like bounce so far and it to start dropping means that, there's not enough interested buyers here to just sustain the price, and so eventually you get taken out again. I don't have a footprint chart available to me at the moment, but looks to me like a little bit of a single print. Just pay attention that this level right here is the level of a previous weekly fair value gap. So if price were to bounce from here, it wouldn't be super surprising. Either way though, like even if price just starts showing bullishness, we are not going to start trading bullish, at least for today, because this system that we trade right now requires high frame alignment, which means that whenever we do take any sort of trades, we want to make sure that all 3 time frames are aligned in the same direction. At the moment, the daily chart is pointing towards the downside, the 1 hourly chart is pointing towards the downside, and so we are going to focus on taking shorts for the rest of today. And if price actually does bounce after filling its weekly order block right here, if price just completely invalidates this, great. It means that we can start going into longs. Even fantastic, because so far, the 1 hourly chart, super bearish. We have been super bearish since basically 2 weeks ago. Like on the 13th of August, we've just done a straight line dip down into these like weekly bullish levels. If price bounces from here, great. I do hope that this trade idea gets invalidated, but otherwise for longs, we're going to be focusing on that tomorrow. Today, we're just going to be hunting the shorts. And of course, as usual, if you want more updates or like just more timely updates, follow me on my Twitter. That's where I'm going to be sending out just trade updates, what I'm looking for, what trade am I taking. Outside of that, let me know in the comment section down below as well how you like this new format. I'm now recording on a separate camera rather than just doing a screen recording. Let me know if this makes you more entertained, or if you prefer this format moving forward. Cheers.